same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now we'll send it out to the field where Tim Parrish is waiting with the pregame show. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan here at Lumberjack Field as the St. Mary's Lumberjacks get ready to open their regular season and their season opener here at home against the Riverside Rams. Pretty nice evening. Kind of warm in the booth here, but it's actually kind of cool outside.
Yeah, we should take this outside.
Yeah, and a little bit hazy out there. Some smoke in the air from some fires that are around. But not a bad evening at all for football action. Just a quick recap. JV played earlier, and I heard that they lost their game. I don't know what the final score was. I think 34-18 was what I was told is what they thought it was. And recap of soccer. This is why our pregame's a little bit late getting on the air for this game tonight. We had to go down to Coeur d'Alene Charter for some soccer action. And the boys and girls soccer teams both came out with losses today in Coeur d'Alene or in Post Falls. The girls lost by a score of 12-0, and the boys lost by a score of 5-0 to the Coeur d'Alene Charter Panthers. Next action for the soccer teams will be next Wednesday at Priest River. Being that we are behind, we're going to jump right into our interview with head coach Craig Teft. And we are here with head coach Craig Teft, St. Mary's Lumberjack football, as they get ready to open the 2022-2023 season for Lumberjack football. They're going to be hosting the Riverside Rams here this evening. Coach, first, the last 2 years, your teams have played a total of 10 total games. How excited is the team to be starting their season on time and looking at hopefully getting a full season this year?
A lot of excitement in the air right now. Kids are ready to go. Coaches are ready to go. I think parents are happy things are back to whatever normal is, the new normal, and get this thing kicked off and hopefully get kicked off with a win.
And this one's kind of going to get confusing. I've tried to read it about 3 different times myself, but I was at the last practice of the first week. And the energy level at that one, that was, I think, your first padded practice with the helmets and your first time letting them really hit. And the energy seemed really high. I guess this is, 3 weeks now into practice? Is that energy still the same?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. But I think the kids are tired of hitting each other, and they're excited at the thought of hitting an opponent with a different color uniform on. So, yeah, energy level's high. Everybody's really excited. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of nervous kids, but it's going to be a lot of fun to see where we're at.
All right, you had some pretty big numbers this year. You've got some young kids, a good mix, it looks like, of youth and senior leaders as well. I've seen 10 seniors, I believe, on the roster, but you've got a new quarterback, new lines somewhat. What can the Lumberjack fans expect out of Lumberjacks this year, both offensively and defensively?
Well, that's the million-dollar question because we really don't know at this point. We've got probably 70-80% of our kids that are going to suit up and play varsity tomorrow. It's going to be their first time playing varsity. And so they're going to experience the speed of varsity, the physicality of varsity, the emotions, the energy, all of that. So what to expect? I'm not sure. I'm going to find out just like the Lumberjack fans are at the same time.
All right, we're talking with head coach Craig Teft, St. Mary's Lumberjack football. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the simple, free checking account from P1FCU. It gives you the flexibility to earn dividends, plus get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
And we are back with our pregame interview here with head coach Craig Teft. A couple of different things here in the second segment here. You got 2 new teams in the Central Idaho League with Kellogg and Priest River. What are your thoughts on that? How big of a difference is it to have a 5-team league rather than a 3-team league?
Yeah, that's kind of the talk around the state right now is those guys dropping down. For us, really the only thing that's different is that those games now count towards league standings, and that, it's not like we're playing them for the first time or we miss playing those guys. We always play them every year regardless, and so it really the significance of those games is just the stakes are higher and they count towards league standings, and so that's really going to be the only change is instead of it being a non-league game, it's just a league game now.
Just a few less exhibition games, so to speak. Well, the last time the Lumberjacks faced Riverside was in the 17-18 season. You guys lost that game 26-12. The previous year, which was the championship year for the Lumberjacks, you guys beat the Rams 39-0. Last year, the Rams had a 10-2 record. What do you know about the Rams? This is their first game as well, so I have to imagine there's not a lot on the film for them this year.
Yeah, that's the uncertainty part of it is what drives you nuts as a coach, because with the advent of film and everything, usually we're prepared and we have a really good idea of how things are going to go. And so, yeah, for both of us, we don't really know. We know that we expect their schemes to be the same, but a lot of new faces on their team too. They lost a lot of kids to graduation, but it's a good program. They're coached well, and those kids know how to win. And so we're going to have our hands full.
All right, win or lose tonight, Coach. What are your expectations, and what do you want to see from the Jacks tonight?
Yeah, I think we're just expecting our boys to go out and play in front of our community and play Lumberjack football, play with a lot of energy, play physical, and fight till the very end, play hard regardless of what that scoreboard says. So if we can get that done, we'll walk off the field happy.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for your time here today for our interview, and good luck to you tonight. And do you have any last words for Lumberjack fans out there?
Thanks. Go Jacks.
That was head coach Craig Teff with a quick interview before they face the Rams tonight. We'll take another break, and we'll be back with more.
Trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? Call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing proudly sponsors this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. With Stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjacks!
And we are back. Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan here at Lumberjack Field as the Lumberjacks get set to open their season against the visiting Riverside Rams. And Clark, this feels kind of like the start of a normal season for once, doesn't it?
That's what I've been hearing all over the place, is normalcy.
We'll hope that it stays that way and the Lumberjacks get to play a full 8-game, possibly 9 or 10-game season if they can make something into the playoffs this year. Speaking of that, this year, as a lot of you fans out there may know, have a couple new teams into the league this year. So here's a breakdown of league play. A couple of teams have already played this year already. They played last week. St. Mary's typically would have played last week, but they took that as their bye week. So St. Mary's has 8 straight games with no break, hopefully, in their Clark.
There you go.
So Kellogg right now is at the top of the league so far as they are a new team into the league. They beat Moscow, a 4A school, last week by a score of 50-12, and they are hosting Newport High School, another Washington team, tonight up in Kellogg. We will see the Wildcats in week 3 of the Lumberjack season. Priest River is another team in the league. They just dropped down as well into the 2A ranks from 3A. Their first game is tonight. They are at Medical Lake, another Washington school. St. Mary's, of course, hosting Riverside. We've gone over that a little bit, and that is a Washington school. Grangeville, they are 0-1 on the season. They lost 34-6 to Cole Valley last week. They host Bonners Ferry tonight. Orofino, they are actually 0-2 if they are counting the game they played yesterday into the standings. They lost to Marcine 35-12 last week, and they played some 8-man football yesterday to kind of fill in their schedule. They lost to the Pomeroy Pirates in 8-man action 42-0 last night. So
8-man football is a different beast.
A whole different animal. Isn't it a smaller field?
It is a smaller field. It's a lot quicker. And when Orofino has been playing 11-man football, it's a big adjustment.
Yeah, big difference. So, it looks like we're going to have
looks like
we're going to have the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. So we'll take a quick break.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching bands all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of the typical Idaho high school budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our communities. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Hey, well, you're back, and real quickly, we're going to try to run through some stuff about the Riverside Rams and the Lumberjacks. The Rams, this is their first game of the season as well, Clark, so we don't know much about them. They don't know much about us. So there's even playing field on that aspect of the game tonight.
Yeah, Chef says it's a program that plays well every year.
Yeah. We do know that last year the Rams were a very good team. They finished 10-2 in the season. They made a pretty good run into the playoffs last year. I don't know how many seniors they graduated, but it sounded like they did have quite a bit of turnover last year. These two teams last played, like we in the coach interview was the 16-17, 17-18 seasons. The Lumberjacks beat them 39-0 in the 16-17 season, which was the undefeated championship year for the Lumberjacks. And the Rams beat St. Mary's in the 17-18 season 26-12. And like I said, this is the first time that they've played since then. I did notice when I got the roster this morning that they've got quite a few seniors on their roster. Most of them are in the offensive and defensive line, so that could bode well for them.
Yes, it could. You want the line to control your season, really.
Yeah, and our lines are fairly young and untested this year, so we will be curious to see what they do. I think we kind of told you what the Grangeville or the soccer boys or the girls. We gave you that schedule. We gave you the next schedule. Also, next Saturday, the boys will host Orofino. Volleyball, the JV will host Lakeside on the 7th. JV and varsity will be at Orofino on the 8th. Lumberjack football next week will be at Freeman. The Vandals tomorrow will be at Washington State. We should have that game on the air 6:30 p.m. The Seahawks, they will be hosting Denver on the 12th on the opening night for them, and that is Monday Night Football. It's going to be the Denver Bronco Russell Wilson against Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
Well, are you ready for some football?
I'm ready, especially for high school football, Clark. I mean, my team's not looking too bad this year in the pro ranks either, so I am kind of excited for that also.
Preseason.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about overall the way they built the team. Preseason, I know that was all worthless, but So it looks like the captain's coming out for St. Mary's is Dylan Holder. It's number 84 as well. My roster is cut off, so I don't know who 84 is. It's one of the Banderobs boys. Let's see here. It's Damian Banderob. Trace Wicks, I believe, might be out there as one of the... Nope, that's Tyler. Trying to see them all. Kind of get the numbers here.
Well, they'd stand still for you. Might help.
60. Right? Oh, I didn't see that one. That's 84. Number 50, Landon Warren. And that other one might be Tristan Hill. Looks big enough to be Mr. Hill.
Mm-hmm.
As we wait for the coin toss. The Lumberjacks are in their home green with gold numerals. The visiting Rams are in white with red numerals. Should be fairly easy to see them as the night goes on.
Well, that'll be nice. We've seen some teams with those gray and a little grayer unit numbers. So
stuff that's harder to see. I don't even really need this table here, so that'll get me
closer here and see what's going on.
That'll get me where I can see actually the other end of the field.
Yeah, we got a good crowd here tonight too.
It is, hey. Almost normal football.
Considering Paul Bunyan Days is going on, there's lots of festivities all over town tonight.
So the Rams won the toss, I believe. They deferred to the second half. They will defend the west goal. St. Mary's will receive the opening kick, and the Lumberjacks will go from left to right on your radio dial. They will defend the east goal. So Lumberjacks will be on offense to start things off this evening. See who their kicker is for the Rams is listed as also, I think, their quarterback, Jake Gaffney. I don't know if he is the kickoff specialist as well. Kicker might just mean that he is their field goal guy as well. But usually if he does that, he's the kicker also. So we'll just have to see here. See Tristan Nelson just walked in. Some alumni. He graduated last year. He's coming out to cheer on his Lumberjacks. Back deep for the Lumberjacks, it looks like it is the number 25. No, there's no 25 on our roster, so I can't get his number turned to us a little bit. It's Jared Badgett, and I'll try to get you a number on the other one. And it is number 13, Jake Gaffney, to do the kicking duties for Riverside. Still looks like, it's 23. That makes sense as well. 23 is the junior Trey Gibson. They've got some sound system issues on the PA, it sounds like a little bit tonight. So Gaffney will kick off from the 40 for Riverside. He lines up the ball, backs everybody up. Whistle blows. We're just about ready. Opening kick, 2022 season Lumberjack football underway. And it's a nice long kick to the 10 to Badgett. Badgett is going to reverse field and looks like he got taken down at the 20. So only a 10-yard return on that kick. Did not see who made the tackle for Riverside. So Lumberjacks will come out. New quarterback under center is Dylan Holder. Did a little bit of quarterback in the JV here, but not a lot. So I'm really curious to see how he does under the pressure of an actual game. Lumberjacks look to come out with one receiver to the far side. Everybody else tucked in fairly tight. Under center's Holder. He's going to take the snap, hands it off, first man through. He's going to shed off a couple of tacklers. And he's going to pick up about 3 yards. And that is Trey Gibson with the run up the middle.
From what you're telling me, Tim, is that this is going to be a run-first offense this year?
I would believe so, but that is yet to be seen. I'm sure Coach Teft would like to be about 50-50, but we've just got to see kind of what Holder can do.
That's exactly what we're needing to know, but, you want to play it safe.
Same formation. One receiver top of the formation. No, the Rams are going to jump off. I do believe. We'll make sure we get that call before we make that decision. It does look like it is against the Rams.
That's a nice, easy 5 yards.
Those are the nice ones to be able to pick up.
Less bruising and everything else, too, and the clock doesn't move.
That brings up 2nd and 1 for the Lumberjacks. Same formation, one receiver top of the formation. Holder's going to hand it off to Gibson. Gibson bounces off of one guy, and he's going to power forward for about 6 or 7 more yards, and it's a Lumberjack first down.
Trey Gibson.
That ball's going to be marked, it looks like, right at the 35. 35 of St. Mary's. The Lumberjacks on the move. One penalty helped them out. Same formation, one receiver top of the formation. Holder is under center. Man in motion is going to hand it off to the motion man. Trying to get to the outside is Ethan Kohler, and he's going to lose about 5 yards. So great pursuit there by the Rams as they got the edge.
That end around didn't work too well.
So now 2nd and long for the Lumberjacks. Change of personnel. Vanderrob goes out, as does Kohler. Lumberjacks break their huddle up to the line of scrimmage. We've got a receiver coming to the near side. That's the number 6 of Trace Wicks. Actually, he might be more of a wing back. Still at one receiver to the top of the formation. Under center, handoff up the middle to Gibson. Gibson gets about 4 of the lost yards back.
They can't have a lot of negative plays because if this is going to be a run-oriented type of offense, it takes a lot to get back sometimes when you lose 5 or 6 on that first play.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Lumberjacks. An obvious passing situation. Let's see what the Lumberjacks do.
That is it, yes.
See if the Rams bring some pressure as well.
Empty backfield except for the quarterback.
Same formation they've been running. They've got one running back kind of back there, or maybe a wing back. Man in motion. It's going to be a throw. Little throw out to the flat. A catch by Gibson, and he's going to just maybe get that first down. See what the mark is.
First down.
So, able to release out of the backfield is Gibson, and he picks up about 12, probably just 11 yards.
What they needed.
So the tackle is done by Aaron Desroches for the Rams. Lumberjacks 1st and 10 now up to their own 46-yard line. 8:55 to go, first quarter, no score. Same formation, one receiver top of the formation for St. Mary's. 2 running backs kind of in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to the second guy. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Wait to see who that is. That's number 2 for the Lumberjacks, Jared Badgett.
They're trying to run to the right side, and it seems like they've got that all plugged up.
So about a 2-yard loss for Badgett. Lumberjacks huddling up. Got a full collaboration of cheerleaders out there this year. One receiver top of the formation. I haven't seen his number yet, so I'm not sure if that's probably Tyler Renner. Handoff reverse to Vanderrob. Vanderrob cuts it upfield. He has a little bit of room, but he's finally going to be taken down. That tackle was made by number 3, I believe, Tyler Lins.
I think about a gain of 6 on that.
And that was Damian Vanderrob with the run.
That brings up 3rd and 6.
And what did we say it was, a gain of 6?
Yes, it's 3rd and 6 right now.
Vanderrob, interestingly enough, is not listed as a running back, I don't think, for Lumberjacks. He's listed as a tight end.
Yeah, but you can come back there and do some plays like that.
Yeah. Well, I do think one of our running backs is out right now. One receiver top of the formation once again. Trey Gibson in the backfield. Holder looking to pass. A pretty good pocket. He's going to get the throw off. It's almost pulled down by Gibson, but he couldn't quite haul it in. Pretty good defense by the number 44 of Wyatt Hott. And that will bring up 4th down. Gibson almost pulled that in. Now, it would have still been short regardless, but still would have been a pretty good catch. Actually, I think it would have been at the original line of scrimmage almost. It looks like. So St. Mary's, what are they going to go? I think they're going to punt here. And the punter this year is Lamson, Alex Lamson. So he receives the snap. The kick is away. Nice low kick. It's going to take a bounce at the 20. It's going to take a nice Lumberjack roll all the way down to the 10-yard line with no return. So a nice punt by Lamson. That's a 40-yard punt with no return. With 7:09 left in the first quarter. No score here at Lumberjack Field. The Rams will take over. First possession for them. I believe their quarterback is Jake Gaffney. He is a junior, 6'2", 175 pounds. Listed as a quarterback, defensive back, and a kicker. So he wears many hats on the Rams team.
Hopefully he knows which one he's using right now.
One receiver near side, one to the far side. Gaffney's in the shotgun. Going to take that snap, hands it off, and some
good movement there.
Juking and cutting, and nice little run there by,
I think he got the first down.
The number 3, that's Lenz. The number 7 of Anderson was the last one up off the ground. Was it a first down?
Yeah.
I think the tackler was Kohler, so we'll give Kohler the tackle. And I can always give an assist to Brock Anderson.
That's awfully nice of you, Jim.
Next snap, it's a run again by Lenz. Takes it to the far side. He's trying to cut upfield. This time he's not going to gain as much. And that tackle is made by, I believe, the number 6 of Trace Wicks for the Lumberjacks. No gain?
No gain. Second and 10.
So that'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Rams. Waiting for the next snap to Gaffney in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. This one is swallowed up in the backfield, I think, this time. Getting in there is the number 99 of Tristan Hill for the Lumberjacks. And there was either no...
lost a yard on that one.
Lenz on the carry.
Wow, they're going to say a short gain, actually.
Wow.
Tristan Hill on the tackle. Gain of about a half a yard. We're still going to call it.
So it's really a very short gain. So it's 3rd and a long 10 yards. The snap, the fake handoff, quarterback's going to keep it himself, and I think Trace Wicks was the one that got to him. Kohler in there to help with the tackle. He might have gained another yard or 2. The 9 of Alex Lamson was in there. Who else did I say I thought was in there?
I don't remember, but they didn't gain anything on that.
So 4th down. Let's see who the punter is for. It looks like it's Gaffney as well. Back deep for the Lumberjacks is Gibson, I believe.
Gaffney, the punter for Riverside.
They get the snap off. Full punt rush on, and that is Badgett back to receive. He's going to pick it up at about the 40 or the 39.
Oh, they got a clip.
And then a flag.
Blocking the back.
A flag comes out. Was there a flag? Yeah, there's a flag. Okay.
They're going to get him for an illegal block, I'm sure.
We do have a penalty flag. Lumberjacks marching back.
Penalty is on the Lumberjacks for a block in the back.
So that's a 10-yard penalty. It's still 1st and 10, though, to start.
And it looks like they're going to be at the 32.
Yeah, that's about right.
And with 4:46 to go, first period, there's no score, and Lumberjacks back with their 2nd offensive possession. Same formation the Lumberjacks ran that first series. One receiver top of the formation, Holder under center. He's going to take the snap, hands it off, and it finds a crease is, I believe, Gibson. He looks like he got about 4 or 5 yards before being brought down. I'm going to call it a 5-yard gain there for Trey. One first down for the Rams, and the Lumberjack defense stiffened up pretty good. Lumberjacks back with that same huddle, or that same formation. We've got Tyler Renner, top of the formation as a wide receiver. Couple of wing backs and a running back behind Holder. He's going to look to throw. He's going to look to Renner, and it's just overthrown.
That was on the other side, wasn't it? No, you're right. I don't know. I'm just all messed up here, Tim. I can't even see where that ball actually went that time.
That's okay. Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Lumberjacks on their own 36, 37-yard line.
3rd and 5.
See if Lumberjacks can pick up this first down. You can run it or throw it here. They've had a couple of nice runs, so I mean it's not an ideal running situation, but Renner, top of the formation as a wide receiver. Everybody else behind Holder. Holder under center for St. Mary's. Everybody creeping up. He's going to fake the handoff one way, gets it to Vanderrob, and Vanderrob's going to be tackled in the backfield.
They weren't fooled on that one.
That was the 12 of Jeremy Smithson with the tackle. The number 12 of Smithson getting to Vanderrob in the backfield. So the Lumberjacks will bring the punt unit out again. They could not pick up a first down this time. Lamson will be back punting from about the 15-yard line. Snap. Gets that's not as good of a kick, but it's going to get a good Lumberjack roll. And it's going to get just down to the 30, I'll call it the 35-yard line.
Touchdown at the 35.
And that's where the Rams will take over. And we've got 3:12 to go with no score in the first quarter. Rams already out there lined up, ready to get their offensive session on the go. 2 wide receivers for them, Gaffney in the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to the right, or to the far side, and he's going to shed one tackle. He's going to find the edge. And he's going to pick up about 15 before Jared Badgett saves him from making it a long run to the end zone.
Yeah, quarterback keeper. Runs for a first down, tackled by James Badgett. First and 10 on our side, right at the midfield stretch.
Trying to get this going here. What's they got going? Same formation, the snap. Going to look to throw, and he's going to escape the pocket as it collapses. No, he's going to be sacked. It's Kohler and Lamson with the sack for the Lumberjacks.
2-yard sack on that one, last 2.
You can go on the tackle for the Jacks. The Gaffney just chased out a block. Loss of 2 will be 2nd and 4.
And Lamson, and I had Lamson and Ethan Kohler in there on that sack. Again, same formation. Shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off. Number 3, he's tackled from behind. Nice play by Damian Vanderrob as he gets Lenz for a short gain.
Yeah, back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 10 here.
So 3rd and 10 from about the 50-yard line. 2 receivers out there, 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Gaffney has 1 running back behind him. He's going to roll. Actually, it's not going to be a roll. He's going to keep it himself. He sheds off 1 tackle, and he's going to be ran out of bounds after about a 9-yard, 8-yard pickup.
He's a little short.
I thought he was going to be taken down in the backfield, and then
he did a little high step on that and was able to avoid the tackle.
Gain of about 8 yards, 4th and 2, and
they're going
for it on the plus side of the field there in the Lumberjack territory. 1 receiver top of the formation, 1 to the bottom. 1 running back lined up behind Gaffney. Takes a snap. Oh, we're going to get a flag. What is it? Is it a procedural? Yes, it is. It's going to be a 5-yard pre-snap penalty on the Rams. It'll march him back 5 yards.
So now are you still going for it? Probably.
So I'll bring up 4th and 7. Takes him back to The Lumberjack 47. And they're still show and go for it. Trying to get the play call in, though. Looks like
Gaffney also a punter?
He is.
So you never know what he might be.
You could always just kick it. You could still kick out of that, too, yeah. One receiver to the near side, one to the top of the formation. Linz lines up next to Gaffney in the shotgun. Gaffney's going to take the snap. He's looking to throw it. Lumberjack, they're going deep. Oh, there's going to be no flag. I can't believe. Oh, there's a late flag here.
That was a late.
It was a late flag. There was pass interference on the far side, though.
But he can't call that. That's not his place to call
Yeah,
it.
he was out of position to call that, but
He still seems like he's trying to call that.
Lumberjack defender, they're calling it on St. Mary's pass interference.
That was not his call to make.
I believe that might have been Jared Badger with the pass interference. So 1st and 10 now, and they are, ball is on the 32. Yeah, it was, Badgett went up early and grabbed a hold of him when he flew by him.
I saw the infraction, but it's still, that's not his call to make.
Low snap, Gaffney's able to get it out. Going to take it to the far side of the field, gets the corner, and he's going to be ran out of bounds finally by Badgett, I think. Still a nice run, about an 8-yard gain by Gaffney as the Rams are deep into Lumberjack territory now. Trying to make sure, see where that is on the 8 yards. I'm going to just leave it at 8 yards. Nobody really on the tackle as Badgett was there to get him to go out of bounds. No, gave him a first down. So it's 1st and 10 for the Rams. One receiver near side, one to the top of the formation. Gaffney fakes the little handoff, and he's going to keep it. And there's a host of Lumberjacks in there. I'm going to say that was Ethan Kohler, and that was going to be a quarterback sneak, so I'm going to call it a run. A couple of yards lost, too. Sometimes I mess up and call that a sack. Second, about 11 to go for the Rams. On the Lumberjack 26-yard line. One receiver top of the formation, one to the bottom. Gaffney in the shotgun. He's got Linz lined up behind him. Takes the snap. He's going to bobble it. He's able to pull it in. He's going to try to get the edge, but getting the shoulder pad and whipping him down is the number 56 of Roan Ford, the 180-pound junior D lineman. And I think he lost yardage there, too. Nice job by Roan Ford in getting a hold of that jersey and not letting him go. About ready to end the first period of play, or first quarter, 23 seconds on the clock. Rams look like they might be trying to get a play off before the end of the period or quarter. We'll see.
They sure don't seem to have a lot of urgency going into it.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the top of the formation. Gaffney with the one running back in the backfield. Takes a snap, looks to throw. He's going to go deep. He's going to, I don't know if there was a penalty there. That looked pretty clean to me, but I think they threw a penalty flag against Logan Darnold. There was some hand fighting, but I didn't think I seen any interference. But I'm not the official, so I can't make the call. That is the end of the first period, so no score here in St. Mary's. We'll take a break.
When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean, really great. Has it been a while? Well, grab the kids and head to Casa de Oro for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro has fantastic burritos, tacos, and chimmies. not to mention fajita and shrimp dishes. Little Johnny doesn't like Mexican food? Well, don't worry. Casa de Oro also has an American menu as well. Dinner and lunch a la fresca, great service, and margaritas with a kick. Casa de Oro, it's what's happening for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro on Golf Course Drive in St. Mary.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we are back into the first period. No score here in St. Mary's, and it's Lumberjacks and the Riverside Rams opening night for Lumberjack football. And the Rams, this is the deepest they've been into Lumberjack territory. They're all the way down, I believe, on the 13-yard line. On the second PI call on this drive against the Lumberjacks. And like we said earlier, that first one was an obvious pass interference. That last one, that one was kind of iffy on. But, Clark, we're not the refs, right?
Well, that's why I'm up here. That's why I do baseball.
That was definitely not a strike.
No.
So the Rams look like they come out with one receiver to the top of the formation. Lenz is in the backfield with Gaffney in the shotgun. They have not gone under center yet tonight. Second period of play. The snap. Oh, another bad snap, and that's going to be cleaned up by Trace Wicks. He'll get credit for the sack, as the snap was, I'm not sure if it was going to be a pass or not, but I'm going to
give a little thanks to the center for his snapping ability on that one.
Oops, I forgot to give the loss of 7. They're back lined up, ready to get going again. Snap. Gaffney's going to roll to the near side. Actually, he's running it. Lumberjack pursuit is there, and
he just did not have the corner to turn.
Darnold, I think it was, ran him out of bounds. So that was a run and play by Gaffney. Did he lose some yards there, too?
Sure did. He lost about 5.
They say no gain.
Well, they just moved the yard to the end again. 3rd and 17.
So 3rd and about 17 now for the Rams. Looks like they've got one receiver. A little bit of maybe confusion with the play call. Getting it straightened out. One receiver to the near side, one to the top of the formation. Lenz in the backfield with Gaffney in the shotgun. Snap, looking to throw. Going to get a throw to the end zone. Oh, that was definitely pass interference on that one. St. Mary's gets the interception, but it's not
ball, though.
Going to matter. Was that Badgett? Who was the receiver that got yanked down? 44, incomplete. Not even going to give it his interception because it's all coming back anyways. Safe. All that stuff. So the penalty against St. Mary's, the 3rd on this drive of pass interference.
I mean, the ball was not near the receiver.
I think it was Jared Badgett on that one. So that says 3rd and 3, but I don't know. It is. It should be. I don't remember. High school rules are a little bit different. So is it automatic first down or is it?
It's usually a 15-yard penalty, but I don't know exactly what they're doing with this.
I think they're trying to mark it off still, or I don't even see the ball placed yet. Okay, there we go. Now that was an obvious PI. I don't know if it was uncatchable or not. It did seem underthrown, but see if they call it a first down or not. No, it is 3rd down, and it looks like about 7 yards to go. Same formation, one receiver top. Oh, no, 2 receivers top of the formation. One to the near side this time. Gaffney in the shotgun. He has a different running back there. It's Jager. That is Gavin Jager, a 200-pound senior. Gaffney takes the snap, hands it off. Jager sheds a tackle into the end zone, and the Rams are going to strike first here in St. Mary's, and that was all on Lumberjack penalties, so that is a tough one. Kind of a tough one there to take that. And they will line up for the kick, and that is Gaffney, of course, the kicker for the Rams. They will line up for the extra point. The holder is Blake Kozel. It's the kick, the snap, everything looks good, and that looked like, no, it's no good, it was wide. So the score, after into the second inning, 11:41 to go, second quarter, the Rams lead 7-0.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's on Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's on Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff, and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
And we are back. Gaffney lines up to kick the ball away for the Riverside Rams. Lumberjacks will go back on offense. 11:04 to go in the first half. St. Mary's trails 6-0 to the Riverside Rams. Kick is away, low line drive. It's going to be over the head of Badgett and out into the end zone for a touchback. Lumberjacks will get it 1st and 10. Shows up as 20 on the stat. Is it the 20? Yeah, I believe it's the 20. So let's see if Lumberjacks can get a drive going now.
Looks like they're set up at the 25, Tim.
1st and 10 Lumberjacks, but they're on 20.
Well, who knows? I guess the chain gang didn't know where to go.
So we got Tyler Renner here to the near side as a lone wide receiver out. Dylan Holder under center. A couple of running backs in the backfield. Holder calls a man in motion, fakes the handoff to the man in motion, hands it to Kohler, and Kohler is going to be tackled just behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, nope, they're going to say he got it back to the line. No, he did not. No, he said he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Still on the 17 now. Not 1st and 10. 1st and 13.
2nd and 13?
2nd and 13. Man in motion for the Lumberjacks. They split their formation. Going to be a screen play to Jared Badgett. He's got some room to run. He's got some speed. Ooh, so does number 8. He does get around him, though. Going to get the sideline? No. He's going to be brought down, but well after the first down marker. The tackle by Blake Kozel, but a well-done screen to Jared Badgett. And Badgett was able to make a couple of guys move. That number 8 almost caught him. I thought that was Alec Biondo. He was speedy, Clark.
Yeah, he was all of a sudden up there. But he was juked out of the play by Badgett.
Well, it was a first down for Lumberjacks. 1st and 10 up to their own 45-yard line on the screenplay. Jared only had to beat one more guy, and he would have been off to the races down the sideline, but Blake Cozell was able to catch him, and he is a 5'9", 155-pound junior. One receiver near side for the Lumberjacks. Oh, and there's a
Renner.
Tyler Renner with a little early step there. Did not know the snap count, apparently.
Well, he watched the defensive guy step back.
Oh.
And so he thought something happened, but he's not supposed to watch the defensive guy.
1st and 15 now for the Lumberjacks, back to their own 40. Renner to the near side, wide receiver. Holder in the shotgun, or in the under center. Hands it off to Darnold. Darnold's going to stumble forward. He's going to pick up about 6. Gets the lost yardage and an additional 1 yard to add to it. Brings up second and 9 for the Lumberjacks. It's a good thing that happened on 1st down.
Yeah, I'd say.
Once again, one receiver here to the near side of the field. Holder under center. Holder's going to take the snap, hand off up the middle, and Gibson's going to pick up about 3 yards. Some hard running by the junior. 3rd and about 6 yards to go for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks in the huddle. The Rams ready on defense. St. Mary's up to the line of scrimmage. Renner here to the near side. Once again, Holder under center. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. It actually handed it off up the middle. Faked it to Wicks.
And he faked you at the same time.
And it was Gibson for only about a gain of 1.
Well, maybe a couple.
That brings up 4th and 4 for the Lumberjacks. They are on the plus side of the field. You typically go for it, but they're not much on the plus side. They're on the 49 of Riverside, and it looks like they're going to let Alex Lamson see if they can't pin the Rams deep. Seen him make some pretty good directional punts in practice.
His first one was really good. The second one, not so much. Delay a game?
Delay a game or too many men on the field? St. Mary's is counting over. We had too many men. No? Maybe not. They're still counting. Yeah, no, we had one too many on the field. Julian Seja Grimaldo was not supposed to be there.
He just wanted to play, Tim. Come on.
Well, let's just cancel all that and mark it 5. I'm just going to leave it all where it is.
Oh.
And this is a bad snap, was it?
Yep.
So a bad snap, and Lamson is going to end up just falling on it smartly. I'm going to call it a fumble, I guess. And it'll be back at the Lumberjack 20, is it?
Looks like it.
So a bad snap puts the Lumberjacks in a hole defensively.
After the bad snap, it's Riverside ball 1st and 10.
Riverside has the ball deep in Lumberjack territory. One receiver to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Gaffney takes the snap, a little bit low, is able to get it, and that one's a wobbly pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to come back to it was the number 44.
Oh, the last 3 pass attempts, I was waiting for the penalty flag to come out, too.
Well, the defender, Logan Darnold, had ran all the way through it and was behind him as he tried to turn around.
And that ball was short.
If Darnold would have had his head turned around, he might have been able to fight for an interception on that one as well, but he was going to the back corner of the end zone. 2 receivers out for the Rams. The snap is going to be a handoff, and it's number 32, Kohler, on the tackle, but we do have a penalty.
I think we're going to get a hold here.
Yep,
what it is. Holding on Riverside.
Braxton Welch had the carry, had a gain of a couple. Kohler had the tackle, and the penalty was holding. And looks like they're already ready to get the next play underway.
You want them to wait for you?
Sure. 2 receivers out for the Rams. They're going to look to pass, going deep. Good coverage by Lumberjacks and overthrown. That pass was intended to Welch. And that'll bring up 3rd down for the Rams. I know Badgett was out there on coverage. I forget who else it was. So that brings up 3rd and 26, it looks like, for the Rams. 1 receiver to the top, 1 to the bottom. Gaffney with the snap. He's going to hand it off. Lyons has it, but he's going to be tackled in the backfield by Vanderrob. Maybe a short gain, actually.
Not much. Vanderrob got into that backfield really easily. He may have gotten a yard at the most.
That brings up 4th and long for the Rams. They are on the Lumberjack side of the field, but it's hard to get a first down on 4th and 24.
The quarterback is the punter, and he's farther back this time. It looks like a punt to me.
Looks like they're going to try to flip the field as well. Back for Lumberjacks is Badgett. Low snap. He does able to get it right off the top of the turf. Badgett's going to let it bounce once and scoop it up. And he picked it up at about the goal line. And he only gets back to about the 5.
Got to protect the ball right here, Tim. You're on your own 5-yard line taking the ball out.
And call it the 5-yard line. Can't quite tell from here, but that looks about right. 6:35 to go in the first half. St. Mary's trails 6-0 to the visiting Riverside Rams here on opening night. Nice time here for the Lumberjacks to put together a long, sustained drive, right, Clark?
Just finish the quarter with a touchdown. There you go.
We've got...
That's been the problem right now, though, Tim, is sustaining the drive. And then they get some first downs, and then they get it slowed up.
Tyler Renner to the near side for the Lumberjacks. Under center is Holder. Hands it off up the middle, and the ball is loose.
And they turned it over.
It was Gibson with the carry. Gibson had a couple of yards, but then he had the ball get stripped out. And the Rams take over. Clark, you just said protect the ball. That's the one place. I mean, you never want to have a turnover, but you definitely don't want to do it on your own goal line, basically.
You don't want to do it on the other's goal line when you're about to punch one in.
That's true. That too, yeah. Either end of the field. 2 receivers top of the formation, 1 to the near side for the Rams. Gaffney in the shotgun. Lyons in looking for a pass. Gaffney's going to look to the end zone into the back corner, and that's going to be caught. Nice catch by the number 17 of Braxton Welch in the back corner of the end zone for the Rams. From this angle, I was waiting to see if he was out of bounds or not, but he was not. He got the toe in. I think it's only 1 foot in high school, right?
Yes.
Gaffney lines up for the extra point. Kick is on the way, and that one looked wide. Nope, that one's, see, the first time I thought it was good, and this time I thought it was bad. And
just go by the opposite of what Tim thinks he sees, and you'll know what you got.
6:21 to go before halftime. St. Mary's trails 13-0 to the visiting Riverside Rams. We'll be back.
Is your rig's check engine light on? Idling a little rough? Time for an oil change. Maybe you need tires. Stop by Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto Repair can take care of your automotive needs fast. If you have a dead battery, Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros can set you up with a great AC Delco battery. Did we mention tires? Jim's Auto Repair is an authorized Tire Pros dealer and can get you a great deal on tires for your rig. Locations in St. Mary's and Plummer. Jim's Auto and 95 Tires. Give them a call, 208-686-0425, 208-686-0425, or stop by today.
All right, we are back. Lumberjacks trail the Riverside Rams 13-0 with 6:21 to go in the half. Got to get myself back into the action, Clark.
I know, it's been a summer for you.
Slightly rusty, apparently.
Well, you know, when you don't cover the summer baseball, you really do get rusty.
I was still stuck on baseball, apparently, calling it an inning a minute ago. Lumberjacks need a good pick-me-up score here before halftime, or pick-them-up score. Gaffney lines the Rams up for the kickoff. And the kick is away. It's a nice, deep kick. It's going to be picked up by Badgett at about the 15. Or it was inside the 10. That might have been at the 10. And he's going to bring it out past the 20. So a nice return.
Badgett returns it to the 25.
Decent return there for Badgett. Getting some extra cheering from the Rams squad for some reason.
Oh, when you're up 13-0, it makes it a little more palatable.
Lumberjacks bring two wide receivers. A little bit different look here. It's actually tied in on the wide receiver. We've got Tristan Hill and Tyler Renner to the near side. Holder under center. Man goes in motion. Going to hand it off.
Wow.
And the ball is out again.
Yeah, they said the ground caused it.
Okay. Ethan Kohler with the run. And a pickup of about 5 yards. You know, that's always deceiving. And I've learned to wait before they place the chains because I think it's a 2-yard gain. It's a 5-yard gain.
You don't go with what's after. You go with the forward motion.
Yeah.
So they knock them back 4 yards.
So they've ran a different formation once, and now they're back into the formation they've been in all night. We've got Tyler Renner to the near side, Holder under center. Going to hand it off. It's a little reverse action, and getting away from one guy was the 6 of Trace Wicks, and then he was brought down by a second tackler.
British Wicks on the guy.
Almost thought he lost a yard on that one, or was it back to the original line of scrimmage?
Certainly looks like the original. He may have lost a half a yard.
Half a yard. So 3rd and about 6 for the Lumberjacks here. On their own side of the field. They're back on the...
It's important that they get this first down, Tim.
18-yard line or so.
They don't want them to have 4 minutes or so to be able to drive down the field.
No, the Rams are definitely getting some momentum. Keep hearing some boomers, fireworks over from the Paul Bunyan Days side of things. One receiver to the near side, Holder under center. Holder looks to throw. He's going to drop back. He's looking for his tight end. And just getting up there and knocking that ball away is Blake Kozel on a good pass defense. The intended receiver, Tristan Hill, it was a pretty ball thrown by Holder. But it was even prettier coverage by the Rams. And that brings up 4th down for the Lumberjacks. See if they can get a better snap on this punt to Lamson. And that one's low as well, but it looks like he's going to still get it away, and the punter's going to get hit. In high school, is that an automatic or not? I don't remember. It says automatic first down on here, so we'll see what it says.
They are moving the sticks, so.
And that ball is getting moved all the way up to the 40, beyond that. Up to the 43.
It's like about the 43-yard line.
But then we give the Lumberjack possession in the first and 10. From their own 43.
4:27 to go. Lumberjacks got a first down. Not quite the way. I mean, they'll take a first down any way you can get it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not going to complain.
Yeah. And this was a handoff again, not up the middle. They went off to the left side. That was Vanderrob with a powerful run.
You got 5.
8 of 5, 72nd.
Little 2nd and 5 now for St. Mary's, up to about the 48-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the first half. St. Mary's trails at 13-0 to the visiting Rams, looking to cap off this first half with a touchdown of their own. One receiver to the near side. That's Tyler Renner for the Lumberjacks. Holder under center. Holder looks over the defense, takes snaps, going to hand it off. And that is Logan Darnold powering his way forward for about 4. Nice sportsmanship by Alec Biondo there as he helps Logan Darnold up off the ground. Lumberjacks onto the Riverside side of the field now. I think it's the first time they've been in Riverside territory. Up to the Riverside 47,
they were on their
48.
One time. So
it's 3rd and short for the Lumberjacks. Oh, that's right. They were. I remember now. Same formation. One receiver here to the near side. Holder's under center. Man goes in motion. Fakes the handoff. Holder's going to spin. He's the quarterback keeper. Nice push of the pile. That's about 6 yards for Dylan Holder on the quarterback keeper. Little something going here for the Lumberjacks with 3 minutes remaining in the first half. St. Mary's trails it 13-0 to the visiting Rams from Washington. Again, we've got Tyler Renner, the lone wide receiver, here to the near side of the field. Holder is under center, a couple of wingbacks in the backfield. Holder takes the snap, hands it off. It's to Badgett. Badgett's able to get away from one tackler, but he's going to get wrapped up after about a 2-yard gain. That tackle was made by Jager. Gavin Jager stood him up and drove him down. About a 1-yard gain, actually. 2nd and 9 for the Lumberjacks, up to the 39 of the Rams. Once again, Tyler Renner, near side, wide receiver, Holder under center. Couple of running backs in the backfield. Man goes in motion. Going to look to throw, and not turned around ready for the pass was Ethan Kohler. Incomplete on the pass for the Lumberjacks. One thing the Lumberjacks kind of hurt them this year is they did get their jamboree around fair time, but they missed their football camp they usually go to in Montana, and they didn't miss it for any other reason except for supply issue. I guess you wouldn't call it supply issues. They send their helmets off every year, I believe, for testing to make sure that they are in usable conditions, and they did not get those helmets back in time to go to the camp, so they had to cancel their camp. So that hurt the Lumberjacks. That's where they usually find out kind of a little bit more about who they are. It's going to be a deep drop. It's the screen. Holder to Badgett, and the Rams were ready for that one. As the Roaches and Lins were right there to sniff that one out. Was it a loss of yards, a gain of yards?
It looked like anything.
So it's complete, but with really no gain. So it's 4th down and 8. St. Mary's, I think, took a timeout.
They did.
And going back to that, so that's those camps is where Coach Teff, they really kind of get to figure out what they're going to be good at.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't get that. So the first action they had was that jamboree that was in August 20th or something like that. And he felt they did fairly good in that, better than expected. You know, they beat Priest River, I guess you'd call it, in that jamboree, and they battled pretty tough with Timberlake. So he was optimistic after that, but they're still just kind of unsure, really. They're trying to figure themselves out here this year. Didn't have the issues of a late start due to the COVID stuff or that, but still had kind of a COVID related because ever since COVID, that stuff's been back ordered and delayed, and
a lot of that happens.
Yep.
For that. But I think things are starting to look more like they should.
Definitely getting better.
Well, you're just optimistic when you can actually be out on the football field, and we're here in the stands and getting to watch something for once that's live, and it's been a while for that, so it's pretty exciting.
So it's going to be a tough road this year. 5 teams in the league.
Makes it more of a challenge.
Yeah.
Should be very interesting all year for all sports.
So Lumberjacks break their huddle after the timeout. Tyler Renner to the near side, wide receiver, Holder under center, couple of running backs in the backfield. Going to take the snap, going to hand it off, and Vanderrob was going to throw it this time, and that's an incomplete pass. Oh, Gibson was just running until he heard the whistle, laid his shoulder into Lynn's, and it's an incomplete pass.
Turnover on down.
Yeah, a little bit of trickeration, but the Rams did not fall for it.
Well, they had already penetrated that backfield. They didn't care who had the football in.
Yeah, it didn't help that they got that much penetration into the backfield. Didn't give Lumberjacks a chance to really set it up. Vanderrob was already kind of falling backwards and just trying to get that ball out of his hands. So turnover on downs for the Lumberjacks. Two wide receivers. It looks like 3 wide receivers. They've got 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. They're missing one of their guys on the line. That guy's got out for some passes too, but he's right now on the offensive line. Now a timeout. Has too much time being taken by the Rams to get things going. So we'll take a quick break as well.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
And we are back. Lumberjacks go on defense after the turnover on downs. The Rams on offense with 1:42 to go before halftime. The Rams lead at 13-0 over the Lumberjacks, and they are going to be starting on their own 38-yard line for what is probably the final drive of either team in this half, unless there's maybe a turnover by the Rams. Like we've got 1 receiver to the top of the formation, 1 receiver to the near side. Gaffney, shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw, and it's a little short throw, and it's going to be caught by the number 14. That is Ackerman. The tackle was Wicks. And that was up to the 50-yard line.
First down, Riverside, up to 50.
That was Trace Wicks on the tackle for the Lumberjacks. Nice hard tackle by Wicks.
You know he's there. He does that all the time. He did that last year.
Same formation, looking to throw. Gaffney escapes the pocket, is going to run it himself. He gets the edge, and finally forcing him out of bounds is Badgett. About an 8-yard gain, though, by...
More than that, Tim.
Was it more than that?
They got a first down out of that. That was about a 15-yard gain. They're on the Jacks' 35-yard line now.
Yeah, 15-yard pickup. Badgett with the force out of bounds on that one.
Still 1:06 in the half.
Same formation, 1 receiver near side, 1 to the top of the formation. Gaffney in the shotgun. He's got a big old boy lined up next to him. That's probably Gavin Jager in there to block, and he's going to be flushed out of the pocket again. Throwing it over the middle, caught, and that was by number 5, Eagle. And the tackle made by Brock Anderson.
Clock stops for the movement of the chains because it was a first down.
Cooper Eagle with the catch, and that ball is all the way down on the Lumberjack 24.
Looks like it. 22. Back is Gaffney again.
Going to throw it again. This time, pressure trying to get there and swinging him down is Ethan Kohler with the big sack. Pass all the way back to the 30-yard line.
So timeout, Riverside.
Some big plays going the right way for the Eagles, or for the Rams, and then about an 8-yard loss as Ethan Kohler gets into the backfield, the senior, and makes the sack. Timeout.
Penalty.
Oh, penalty?
They're calling a legal procedure, which means that play never happened.
Well, we'll take the sack, but I think, no, they're asking if they want to decline the penalty.
I don't know, they could.
Well, maybe it wasn't illegal. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But
they sure made the motion for it. So you got 37.5 seconds left.
Another timeout by Riverside. 37 seconds. Yeah, I didn't see the signal. I didn't even see the flag come out, but they gave St. Mary's the option to decline it, and I'm all for declining it up for a sack like that.
Well, look where they're placing it, though, Tim.
Yeah.
They're going back to second down.
That was second down after that play. They've got a place where I have it set up on my tablet, so. We'll see. Oh. Hey, that feels kind of good to sit down.
Yeah, it does for a few moments.
So it should be, technically speaking, about 2nd and 18 or so for the Rams after the penalty. They're still conferencing, too, though. It looks like the officials were talking a little bit. I don't know if it's about that or not, but like I said, if it was an illegal procedure, if it was a false start, that's a pre-snap penalty.
That's right, Tim. We know our football. We've seen enough of it.
Kind of, sort of. Try to act like it sometimes.
That's what you do.
So it does stay 2nd, and I've got 18.
2nd 20 is what I'm hearing announced, but that's okay. It's a lot of yards. 37 seconds.
I think the Rams have just one timeout left, unless I forgot to put one of them down. Lumberjack showing some pressure. The Rams are going to try a little
and that's not
reverse action. And
his knee went down on the ground.
Yeah. That was Welch on a little bit of a crossbuck action, and he lost some yards.
Now it's 4th down. They don't even have to snap the ball.
No.
I understand this.
Nobody really on the tackle because his knee, he tackled himself. I don't think I can credit him for that. And I don't know who called the timeout.
Riverside, I think, did, but it may have been St. Mary's.
Nope.
No?
That answers that question for us.
They want another try. That's what they're doing.
Yep. 24 seconds left on the clock. And 4th down, or no, 3rd down only. Yeah, that's true. Why not use that last timeout and see if you can get a clean pocket and heave to the end zone? So the Rams back out. That was a quick little discussion with their coach, more or less just to stop the clock probably. One receiver to the near side, 2 receivers top of the formation. Gaffney in the shotgun. He's got the number 32 of Gavin Jager lined up with him in the backfield. Looks to throw. Some good coverage. Deep throw. Double coverage, though. And we had Incomplete. We had Badgett on the coverage as well as Julian Grimaldo. Intended for Ackerman.
So now you got 4th and long. And now they're going to have to do a play because the clock is stopped on an incomplete pass. So they're going to give them, I'm sure they're going to try it one more time for the end zone here.
Might as well. 16 seconds. You might even get that penalty. I mean, St. Mary's already committed at least 2 PIs.
Well, the other thing that they might try to do is just run the ball out and see if the clock finishes out. Because if they don't, then the clock will stop and St. Mary's will at least have a shot.
I think they're taking a shot at the end zone.
Oh, of course they are. But I'm here to give you all possibilities, as crazy as they
Shotgun, snap, looking to throw, and Ethan Kohler with the sack. And the clock the clock stops because it's change of possession.
It's 9 seconds left.
So St. Mary's will get a shot at something here. What it will be, I do not know.
Well, you can always try to throw down the field, hope for a penalty or something, get another play out of it.
That ball was actually up on the 40.
44.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. 9 seconds to go on the 44 of the Rams. One receiver to the near side. Holder is going to hand it off, and the Lumberjacks just go into the half, trailing 13-0 to the Rams, and that was, trying to wait and see who the run was by. Probably Trey Gibson it was. I don't think there was no gain on that. So at the half, the Lumberjacks trail 13-0 to the Rams. We'll take a quick break, and I think the first segment is going to be our Senior Spotlight. And our Senior Spotlight is going to be a pretty fun interview that we did with Eddie Hemphill.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking.
Your good neighbor, Jack's Pharmacy, wants you to know that if you have need for durable medical supplies, Jack's has them in stock. Walkers, wheelchairs, lift chairs, hospital beds, and more. All items are for sale, and everything but the lift chair can be rented. So you see, Jack's Pharmacy is your full-service good neighbor pharmacy. From gifts, prescriptions, to durable medical supplies, Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy. So stop by and see Chad or any of the fine folks at Jack's Pharmacy and let them help you. Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's.
And we are here with our Senior Spotlight for today's broadcast, and we have St. Mary's Lumberjack Senior Eddie Hemphill with us. And, well, the first question, first off, a little bit of a background for Eddie here is he's not necessarily the biggest athlete in the high school, of course, but this year the Lumberjack soccer team needed some players to get those seniors their final year in the sport. And they were one player short, and Eddie stepped up and said, okay, I'll come out and play with you guys, and that way you guys get your season off. So we want to thank you for that, Eddie, for I'm sure your teammates really appreciate it, and you're getting some playing time out there as well, which sometimes you may not necessarily want that playing time, but you're doing pretty good out there, Eddie, and we want to thank you for doing that.
Well, you guys are welcome.
So being that you're not the biggest athlete, biggest sports guy, what sports have you played, though, and tell us all about your sports career, I guess, that you've had.
Well, throughout the years, I've just tried to basically try 1 year of most sports I could think of. You know, I tried a little bit of baseball until I realized I was too afraid of the ball hitting me. I tried wrestling until I realized wrestling was scary. I did football, which you'd think would also scare me away, but I loved it, and I did a year of that. But then I had a surgery, which had me to end the season early. And now I'm doing soccer, you know, because they needed a person on their team.
All right. So with that being said, you've done a few high school sports. You played quite a few youth sports, I think. What would you say is your favorite sport and why?
Well, you can't see me since this is over the air, but I'm relatively bulky. So when I was in football, I enjoyed the position of a lineman because I can be a literal meat shield for the people behind me. Just body blocking them, and yeah. And also there was less running since my job was just to stand up really fast.
Okay. What is playing the sports that you've played taught you?
Well, we have to have a lot of cooperation between you and your fellow teammates, and when you have all those people running around, it can be utter chaos out in the field. So part of the sport is just teaching you how to listen and also how to give what your feedback is. Like, for example, since I'm playing soccer right now, we'd often have to call out to each other, pass it back to me, or I am open, or maybe you should pass back behind you since there's a lot of defenders in front of you so that they could hopefully get around them.
All right. What would you say is your favorite thing about playing sports?
Well, if you ask my mother, it'd probably be along the lines of, oh, he's out of the house and he's able to get that exercise in. And for me, it's kind of just something to do. Living in St. Mary's, I mean, yeah, I guess I could go out fishing and hunting. This is just a nice thing that's consistent, and it's always, that just a scheduled event that I get to just do.
What would you say is your least favorite thing about sports?
Generally, the running. Every sport has running, even sports that you don't use your feet that often for some reason. Like, I don't understand. Like, for example, this may sound completely off topic, like in soccer, we're always stretching out our arms, and like, why are we trying to get our arms all ready for the foot game in football, as they call it in other places?
All right. What would your goals this year be, either on or off the field?
Well, on the field, it's mostly just to try to not let I know I'm not going to be the best player. So my goal is just to basically be good enough so that me being out in the field is better than having no person there at all. And my off the field would mostly just be for me to try to pass all my classes, since I have many college classes this year. And that can be pretty difficult, since I think every single one of my classes is through a college except for my calculus, and calculus is, well, calculus.
All right, we're talking with Eddie Hemphill, St. Mary's Lumberjack Senior, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with a little bit more.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 50,000 high school student athletes in Idaho have one last request. Please set an example. Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Idaho high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are here with our senior spotlight. We've got St. Mary's Lumberjack Senior Eddie Hemphill, and our next question for you is, what do you plan to do after high school?
Well, currently I have two plans I am trying to think about right at the moment. One plan is to either go to University of Idaho to become a civil engineer, and part of that plan would entail for me to try to get all the scholarships and all of that. Then my other plan is a relatively new thing on the spot, is that the Navy is actually offering quite a bit of money to become a nuclear physicist. Now, what I've seen in some of their advertisements was to get a amount of money up to $50,000 just for signing on, which is quite a lot, I must say. And after going to being a nuclear physicist, you get plenty of jobs afterwards. An example of this was I actually have a grandfather he did the nuclear program, and then he went on to, he got that retirement. Then he worked on dams over near Seattle. Now he has that second retirement. And now he's able to live a pretty good life.
Sounds like you've got a little bit of a decision there to make before the end of the year, huh?
It'll be quite a tough one.
What is your favorite subject in school?
I think my favorite subject's got to be either math or science, since I admit I am the nerd, and I love just thinking all these scientific topics, just discussing them with people. Even if they're only half listening, it's fine. I'll just tell it again to them next week.
What would be your most memorable moment from any of the sports you've played?
Well, a pretty memorable moment was when I did my football, American football, since I'm in, soccer now. Was I remember one game I was being a lineman, since that's all I did. I remember getting hit and just flying across the air and landing on my back. That was a pretty memorable moment. And another memorable moment was during a football camp that we did, like the whole team went down. I remember telling my coach, "Oh, coach, I don't feel so good." And then I sat down and fell asleep for a couple hours.
That would be a pretty good one. Okay, final question here for you, Ed. Do you have anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to, thank my parents for, trying to push me to always do my best in the sports and school. And, they're always there for me. Hard to understate how important, parents are to people like me. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we've got for you, Ed. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Senior Spotlight interview, and we want to wish you the best of luck through your senior year and in the future.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years' experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, overhead work, M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back here at Lumberjack Field. Lumberjacks trailing the visiting Rams of Riverside by a score of 13-0. But the stats really, it's quite interesting how the stats look. But first, those scoring opportunities for the Rams both came in the second quarter at 11:41 in quarter two. That was remaining in the game in the second quarter. Gavin Jager had a 6-yard run for a touchdown for the Rams. And then 6:21 to go in the second quarter. Gaffney had a complete pass to Braxton Welch for 8 yards for the touchdown pass. The kick after was good, and that made it 13-0 in favor of the Rams. And both of those drives were really aided along by Lumberjack miscue. So in that first drive, St. Mary's had 3 pass interference calls on them that helped the Rams get marched right down the field. And that other touchdown, the Lumberjacks fumbled on their own end of the field on about the 6-yard line, turned the ball over to the Rams, and the Rams were able to capitalize on that Lumberjack mistake. Statistically, though, these two teams are about even on the numbers. St. Mary's has a total of 85 yards of offense, with the Riverside Rams having 74. Both teams have about the same amount of plays ran, 25 for the Rams, 28 for the Lumberjacks, 3 yards per play for each team. In the passing game, it's 31 yards for the Rams, 40 yards for the Lumberjacks. The Rams are 3 for 6, and the Lumberjacks 3 for 8. Rushing, it's 43 yards for the Rams, 45 yards for the Lumberjacks. Both teams averaging 2.3 yards per carry. So like I said, no real barn buster stats here. Neither team is really outdoing the other one very heavily. St. Mary's has just had some mistakes on their side that have got the score to be where it is at. 31 receiving yards. We've already kind of gone over that. Both teams with 3 completions, and Clark comes in slamming the door, making all kinds of racket. Penalties, I don't have all of the penalties on here necessarily. There was 4 penalties for 35 yards for the Rams. I had St. Mary's with 5 for 60 yards. And like I said, not a big difference in the stats. Clark, since you just came back in, going back over this, so the score is 13-0 in favor of the Rams. But these two teams have been very even in everything else.
I would completely agree. It's just the mistakes. The one that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win this football game.
Exactly.
And
I was just saying that, the 2 scoring drives were littered with mistakes by the Lumberjacks.
Exactly.
As the first touchdown run was aided by 3 pass interference calls.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second touchdown was giving them the ball on a fumble on the 6-yard line.
That doesn't help. No.
If those mistakes aren't there, because I don't think they scored on the drive when we had the bad snap on the punt.
No, they did not. They went backwards.
Yeah. So, like I said, Clark, while you were out the window outside, total offense, 74 yards for Riverside, 85 yards for St. Mary's.
See, it's very evenly matched, and it's just going to come down to the mistakes.
Lumberjacks can easily get themselves back into this game. They will give the Rams the ball on the first possession here, the second half. But early part of the season, technically an exhibition game, we like to call it, because it's not a league play. Do the Lumberjacks come out, do you think, and maybe try an onside or something to steal a possession?
I don't know.
I mean,
but the thing is, Tim, what I would expect is they don't want to see Riverside score here on this possession, because if they go up 3 touchdowns or 3 possessions, it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Because it has been so evenly matched. The only way that you're going to get back into this is if Riverside then shoots themselves in the foot and gives us the ball back again or something like that.
The Lumberjack defense has been playing pretty well. Actually, I didn't even get to any of the individual stats for St. Mary's as I was going to. So
I think the defense has looked very sharp, especially against the run. They've been able to stop that for the most part. The passing, you got to eliminate the PI, and then you might be just fine. But they've had a couple of times where they've had a couple of nice passes by what's his name, Gaffney.
Yeah.
Gaffney threw that 1 touchdown pass in just right spot.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass.
It was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. Nothing you can do about that. So, still, evenly matched. Looks like it's going to be a fun second half.
So leading rusher for the Lumberjacks is Trey Gibson with 26 yards on 8 carries, but he also had that fumble. Gaffney had 26 yards on 12 carries for the Rams. Jared Badgett had 2 receptions for 29 yards, and Cooper Eagle had 1 reception for 13 yards. That touchdown reception was Braxton Welch on an 8-yard corner route in the back of the end zone. Tackles, we got Ethan Kohler unofficially with 4.5 tackles tonight, 3 solos and 3 assists and 2.5 sacks. So Ethan Kohler having a great game defensively for St. Mary's. Trace Wicks with 3 tackles, Jared Badger with a couple, Damian Vanderrob with a couple of tackles, Brock Anderson with 1.5. Alex Lamson has a tackle, as does Tristan Hill, Roan Ford, and Logan Darnold.
I just want to say a little bit about Dylan tonight. For his first time playing quarterback, he's executing well in the sense of getting the ball into the right hands. And on a couple of pass plays, he didn't look like he was overwhelmed or, making himself throw a bad pass or anything like that. So I'm really impressed with what Dylan has been able to do. It's good maintenance guy right now.
Yeah. So it'll be Jared Badgett to kick off, and it's Lind, and I think that might be the number 13 of Jake Gaffney back to return for the Rams.
What doesn't he do?
The kick is a nice low line drive. It's going to be picked up actually at the 25, and that's Blake Kozel. I think it's going to be the 25. Let's see where they mark it. He had his knee down. Nope, they're going to be about the 27 or so. No return, really. So first and 10 for the Riverside Rams here. Start of the second half of football. Lumberjacks trail 13-0 here. Looking for a quick defensive stop here.
And the reason there was no return, his knee hit the ground.
Yeah. One receiver to the top, one receiver to the bottom for the Rams. They've got two running backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Jager. He's a big boy, and it's going to take a whole host of Lumberjacks to bring him down, and it's Lamson and I think it was number 89. Let's see who that was. And it's only about a yard gain. It was Tristan Hill and Alex Lamson with the tackle. Second and 9. The snap. Gaffney looks to throw deep. He's got a man out there, but it's, right through the hands of Badgett, the safety. He had that thing dead to rights.
He had to come a long way over to get to it. It was an attempted catch right by the knees, it looked like.
He almost had that thing as an interception. The intended receiver was the number 24 of Austin Gallinger. And that throw was just too far to the middle.
So we've got a passing play here on third down. We've seen this a couple times and ended up with some penalties. Let's eliminate that this time around.
Yep, 3rd and 9, two receivers out for the Rams, one running back in the backfield. Going to take the shotgun snap. No, he's going to keep it. Quarterback's going to try to get the edge. Trey Gibson, though, is going to take him down after a short gain, and that should bring out the punt unit.
Yeah, it's already out there.
True.
I'm waiting to see him snap to himself here sometime in the next quarter or so.
That was a good job of Trey Gibson not letting him get the edge. I believe that's Trey's first tackle of the night. Talking to him, Trey sounded like he was more excited to get out there and play defense than he was to play offense. He wanted to go hit somebody. So they'll be punting from, I believe, about their own 30. Gaffney is there. Badgett waiting at about the 31, his 31-yard line. Nice snap. A little bit high. He goes up. It's blocked. And it's blocked by, I think, Wicks. Lumberjacks pick it up. And that was Vanderrob. So it was blocked.
Well, that had a long hang time right up above the block.
Yeah. And I believe that's Vanderrob that recovered that thing and advanced it to about what?
He's within the 10-yard line. He's down by the 5 on that.
So that's what the Lumberjacks are looking for right there.
So they've stopped them from scoring. You put the ball in this time, and now you've got yourself a football game again.
Lumberjacks first and goal from about their 5-yard line. They've got one receiver to the near side. That is Tyler Renner. Dylan Holder shot is under center. Going to take the snap, hands it off to Trey Gibson. Gibson's going to power forward. He gets about 3 or 4 yards.
He's down to the 1-yard line.
And Lumberjacks are knocking on the door. So what are your big plans for Paul Bunyan Days, Clark?
Avoiding. No.
Staying home in the AC.
Well, I wish that were the case. But as you know, we have our Two Rivers Christian School opening up next week, and got a lot to get done before Tuesday.
Holder under center, man in motion. Hand it off to the motion man. Nope, I think I don't know who has the ball. And into the end zone, it was Dylan Holder, and he takes it all the way in.
Yep, they got it.
Holder is able to squeak through all of the bodies and get the touchdown for the Lumberjacks. I haven't heard the boomer go off. I thought we had those tonight.
Just give it a moment. Maybe they're using him for Paul Bunyan.
I'm not worried about whether we have it or not. We know the Lumberjacks punched it in. So the score right now, pending the extra point, 13-6. Lumberjacks trail. They look like they're lining up to go for 2. One receiver to the near side. Holder's under center, calling for a man in motion. Oh, drop the snap, and the Lumberjacks are going to not get it. But Lumberjacks do score. Oop, that was, yeah, got to specify. Okay. So the 10:15 to go, third quarter. Lumberjacks get on the board. 13-6, they trail the Rams. We'll be back.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
And we are back. The Lumberjacks got what they needed. They got the defensive stop. They added the little extra with the blocked punt, and were able to punch that ball in from 5 yards out to make the score 13-6 in favor of the Rams. But Lumberjacks right back in this thing early second half. Badgett to send it downfield. Low kick. Oh, that's drifting towards the sideline and out of bounds. And we'll see. That goes out of bounds at about the 30. So do they accept it, or are they going to re-kick it? Looks like they're going to have them re-kick. They're going to make them march it back and kick it from what?
It'll be 5 yards further back.
Oh, they're still putting the tee at the 40.
Oh, he's moving it down.
Okay. Re-kick with the penalty. So now they'll re-kick from the 35. See if that works out in the Rams' favor or not. Next kick is a nice line drive, and that's going to be at the 31. Taken at the 31. And the return man is the quarterback, Gaffney.
He just wants to be called on every play, doesn't he?
And he's going to bring that ball up to the 46?
Looks like the 45.
Oh, right on the 45-yard line. So it was a return of 14 yards. Gives them pretty good starting field position. They're still on their own side of the field, but not by a whole lot. So they come out with one receiver to the top, one receiver to the bottom of the formation, one running back in the backfield. Gaffney still in that shotgun. He's never gone under center. Low snap, hands it off, and it's a run by Linz. He's going to pick up about 9 before he's brought down.
And he's going further.
He's going to pick up about 11 before he's brought down by Tyler Renner.
About 13 yards total on that run. He just kept his feet moving.
Tyler Renner was the first one to grab a hold of him. I didn't see if any other bodies to peel off were there to give an assist, but there was a couple of them that took to get him down. And the boomer for the touchdown was about 3 minutes late.
I think we are a little slow tonight, I guess.
Well, Bill Ayton might have been asleep over there. It's been maybe a long day for him.
Well, in this heat, you know.
Next snap, it's a handoff up the middle to Jager, and he's brought down by Vanderrod after a short gain. A 2-yard gain. A 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 for the Rams. They are on the Lumberjack side of the field now. They're on the 41, 42-yard line. Personnel changes there, but I think it's too many men in the huddle. So a pre-snap penalty for the Rams. That'll march them back. That's just going to be an illegal procedure type of thing.
Too many men.
Override.
But it's a procedure.
So 2nd and 15 for the Rams on the 47-yard line. Three receivers out for the Rams, 2 to the top of the formation. Gaffney shotgun, Lynn's in the backfield. Williams going to look to throw. They thought he was going to maybe hand it off, and he didn't.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, basically.
That was Ethan Kohler with the tackle.
Gaffney's a pretty tough kid, I'll tell you.
I'm going to call that a run instead. It was going to be a pass, but...
You're so generous, Tim.
Well, it doesn't really have that option in there. Yeah, one of the Lumberjacks ran right past the quarterback, though. I think he thought he was going to hand it off. He could have sacked the quarterback, but I think he was looking for him to flip it to the running back. 2 receivers top of the formation, 2 running backs this time. Gaffney's going to look to throw. He has a little bit of protection pressure, though. Gets to him quickly as it was the 23 and the 32 of Kohler and Gibson getting to him, forcing that throw a little early. Braxton Welch, the intended receiver. It was good defensive pursuit by the Lumberjacks getting through the line. They had extra blockers in that time, and they still couldn't stop the Lumberjack rush. So we've got the punt coming by Gaffney. Jared Badgett waiting at the 15-yard line of the Lumberjacks. Gets a good snap. Punt is away. It's a nice one. Coming up. Oh, he's going to drop it. Can he get back on it? Yes, he's going to, but he's going to be all the way back.
That ball should still be a St. Mary's ball.
Badgett's taken down all the way back at about the 5-yard line.
Recovered by the Lumberjacks, fortunately.
Badgett tried to leave without it.
That doesn't work very well. I think he just misread that football. It was definitely an end over end, which was kind of throwing him off a little bit.
$7:49 to go. Lumberjacks have the ball deep on their own side of the field, though. First and 10 from their own 5. Going to get a running play. Oh, a big hole opens up the middle. I'm trying to see who that was carrying it for the Lumberjacks. He's going to pick up about 11. That was Ethan Kohler. That's his best run of the evening, and that was a nice hole opened up. I'm going to call it a 12-yard gain.
I'd be even more generous to give it 13.
They have the ball up to the 20-yard line.
Well, that's almost 15 then.
Yeah, you're right, Clark. Offensive line did a good job of opening that hole.
That hole was open quickly, and he got through it quickly.
One receiver down to the near side, Holder under center. He's going to get his man in motion. That's the wide receiver, Renner, from the. Maybe he was just in the wrong side, or maybe it was meant to be a motion. And now we've got a penalty flag from St. Mary's. Off at the offsides. In the pro realm, that is an offside signal. And it is. It looks like it. The Rams are backing up.
Offside on the other side.
So a pre-snap encroachment penalty there. So 5 free yards for the Lumberjacks on first down. 7:01 to go, third period, third quarter. It's 13-6, Lumberjacks trail. Under snap is off to Gibson. Gibson looked like he might have had a little bit of trouble with the handoff. He was a little bit slowed down on his progress towards the line, and I think he lost a yard. Possibly. Oh, nope, he gained a yard. My eyes from up here aren't as good as down there.
If you want to move the table down there next week, we might be able to do something.
Yeah. I want to be right on the 50 in the middle of the field. I want to be able to move up and down the line with them.
Ask them, don't hit us, okay?
Yeah. That'd be an interesting broadcast. Just have everything kind of hanging on your hip and moving up and down the sideline with the play. Third down and about 4. One receiver to the near side. Under center is Holder. He's going to hand it off to Kohler. I think Kohler got the push. He got it by about a yard. 5-yard pickup by Ethan Kohler up the middle. Lumberjacks slowly making some progress upfield.
Well, when you start at the 5, you don't care if you grind it or move it quickly.
Exactly. I don't think either team has really had one of those big chunk plays. I don't think anybody's had anything over 20 yards.
I don't think so either, to be honest with you.
One receiver near side once again for the Lumberjacks. Holder under center. Surveys, takes the, that was a botched looking play. I don't know what happened. I know the fumble, I think it was actually a fumble or a bad snap. Lumberjacks able to get back on top of and gain a yard. I'm going to call it a run. And I'm going to call it a holder run with no gain. But yeah, that seemed off. It almost looked like the Lumberjacks jumped early with no flag. But either that or they jumped late. One receiver to the near side, 2nd and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Hand off. Lumberjack running back, still on his feet, pushing the pile, and they're finally going to blow it dead as both teams were about ready to just start a pushing match. Ethan Kohler with the run.
Looked like he was going to start a rugby thing there.
Yeah.
A little scrum right there in the middle.
Looked like about a 5-yard pickup, maybe a little bit more.
I think it's about 7, Tim. Yeah, he says 6.
Yeah, 6-yard run. That brings up 3rd and about 4 for St. Mary's. They are still on their own side of the field. They're on their own 37-yard line. Riverside Rams lead them 13-6 in the 3rd quarter. St. Mary's breaks the huddle. This time they're sending Tyler Renner to the top of the formation as the lone wide receiver. Holder under center. Man in motion. That's Banderov. He's going to look to throw. And it's a screen play to Badgett.
And they had that
read pretty quickly as Lynn gets him. It's about maybe a half a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, they're going for this.
4th and inches, Clark. I know you're deep on your own side of the field, but you're going for it, aren't you?
I think you're just doing the QB sneak right up the middle with
I
the
think
line
so,
push.
Too. Maybe some of that old school wedgie the Lumberjacks used to run.
There you go.
I don't think they put that in yet, though. So.
I don't think these kids are big enough yet. Let's see. Because they're getting regrouped, some of them.
Same formation. Holder. Fakes the handoff.
And it looks like they got it.
That was blown dead way before that. Is this which umpire's marked it? The far one right there.
I think he's got it over the 40, which is going to be a first down.
That is so hard to tell in that scrum and everything.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to measure it, but they might even bring out the chains. But the Rams are kind of lining up like they know they're probably going to still be on defense.
And they gave them the
first down. I think Riverside was wanting to try to get the fumble call, but that was well after the play had lost all of its forward momentum, obviously. Lumberjacks needed a half a yard. They got a half a yard. That's about all they got.
That's exactly right.
One receiver to the near side. This is a new guy out here for the Lumberjacks. It's Milo Marsh.
He is deceivingly quick.
Holder with the handoff. Again, they say it was Gibson. It looks like he picks up about 5. I'm not going to conclusively say 5 until I see where they put the marker down, but that looks like it's right on the 45-yard line. So Lumberjacks still slowly marching that ball, chunk at a time. It's 2.5 to go in the 3rd.
Number 17 looks like he tweaked his ankle a little bit for Riverside. He comes off the field.
Either that or a cramp, one or the other, huh? Stretching him out down here. One receiver top of the formation for St. Mary's. Holder takes us down. Oh, man, they blew that up in the backfield. Reading that one was Austin Gallinger, and he was just through the gap like he was shot out of a cannon. And Ethan Kohler loses About 4 yards.
We're going to have to, if we're going to want to get some of this passing game going, we're going to have to get beyond the screen pass.
Yeah. That brings up 3rd and 9. See if Lumberjacks opt to pass it here.
It could be a 2-down territory again, Tim. Just depends on the first play.
Exactly. 1:42 and counting. 3rd period. St. Mary's trails 13-6. St. Mary's kind of controlling the second half so far, at least with time of possession. One receiver to the near side. Now they're splitting Wicks out on the top. He's going to take off. They're going to go for the pass, looking for Renner, and that might be a little bit overthrown, and it is. Not a bad throw again. I mean, it was in the vicinity of good coverage there. I think the coverage was by Dayton Easter. So 4th and 9, and the Lumberjacks are going to opt to punt this away. They bring Alex Lamson out. He looks like he's lined up at about his 25, maybe 26-yard line. Rams look like they're okay. I was going to say, going back is Easter for the Rams. Oh, low bowling ball, and Lamson's going to keep it. I don't think that was designed.
No, but you had no way to kick that. That guy was coming right up the middle on it, too.
That ball was bowling balled back to him.
Got to work on that at snap exchange, though. That's about the 3rd time Lamson's had to field the grounder. Maybe we should get him out for baseball next year.
1:18 to go. I thought he gained a yard on that when he picked it up, but it looks like he actually lost a yard. Unless my line of scrimmage wasn't right.
Nonetheless, here we
Doesn't matter. It was a turnover on down.
That's their ball, the 40.
One receiver to the near side, one to the top of the formation. Gaffney in the shotgun. Looks like Gavin Yeager. Low snap. He was, oh boy, his knee was down when he retrieved that snap, Clark.
Certainly looked like it.
Man, that refs are human, but he recovered that.
It was rather quick, too.
Yeah.
And, with all the bodies right back in that area, he may not have seen what happened on that.
24-yard line, it looks like. They said it was Badgett with the tackle. 2 receivers top of the formation. Again, see, this time they've seen it. I'm going to call it a run with a loss of about 3 or 4. Call it a bad snap.
I think maybe the first time it was a big surprise to the refs that, is his knee really down?
Yeah, possibly.
We see those things sometimes in sports, especially as an umpire. I say, did he really do that?
One receiver top, one receiver bottom. Second about 15. Hands off to Linz. Linz not going to get anywhere. First one to him is Trey Gibson. They're trying to get that ball stripped out. But the blow-up play is whistled dead.
That'll be the end of the quarter.
What did they didn't gain anything, didn't lose anything?
Doesn't look like it.
I say Trace Wicks on the tackle as well as Trey Gibson. And that's how the third quarter comes to an end. St. Mary's trails at 13-6 to the Rams. It will be 3rd and 15 when we return. Oops, they will be switching sides. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, "Go Lumberjacks!"
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Idaho. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most. but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Start of the fourth quarter, and that is not right on the clock. Why is it not? I went to the fourth quarter, and it did not switch. Oh, well, okay. 12 minutes on the clock. Lumberjacks have the Rams 3rd and 15. The Rams, though, on the Lumberjack 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Gaffney, that low snap again. He's keeping them knees up. Block pass over the middle. It's bobbled but caught. Big tackle made by, was that Badgett? It was.
Always in on those plays, I'm telling you.
It was enough for, not a first down, though.
4th and 2 now for Riverside.
I'm sure they're going for it.
20, where'd they get that ball up to?
Looks like it's on the 17 or something like that.
Nice tackle by Badgett. Looks like it's short yardage. Snap. The handoff to Linz, and he's going to get the edge out at about the 5, it looks like.
He's inside the 5, definitely.
That's going to give them credit for a lot longer run because I think they were closer than that to the goal line. Maybe about the 4. See if the Lumberjack defense can stiffen up here. He got ran out of bounds, so I'm not giving a tackle to anybody. Lumberjack defense needs to play big in the middle, but don't get fooled by any trickeration here. Trickeration.
I like Tim's word of the day. Here we go.
What in tarnation? 2 receivers, 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Low snap, and Gaffney has to fall on it. And he's going to lose probably 5 yards in that shotgun.
Knocked down for about a 3-yard loss. There's 2nd and goal, so we're going to get the 7.
So I've got it. So they say 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. So that gives the Lumberjack D a little bit more room to work with. 2 receivers to the near side for the Rams. 1 to the top of the formation. Gaffney in the shotgun with Linz with him. Going to get the snap. That's that low snap again. He was on his knee. And it's not going to matter so much because they hand it to Linz. And that was a number 6. Oh, they say Lamson. That was about a, 4-yard loss?
Certainly looked like it.
I thought I seen Wicks in there on that tackle. I'll give Lamson an assist on it. That's good for the Lumberjacks as the the Rams are moving backwards. 3rd and 15 at least now. 3rd and back to the 30-yard line. Or is it? Yeah, it's
about the 13, yep.
Oh, no, never mind. 3rd and I was looking at all the sticks. Only one matters on goal line. 2 receivers out there. Gaffney's going to throw. He's going to go to not wide open. It was number 44. That was hot. And it was incomplete. Had Tyler Renner on coverage. And it was just out of his reach, just off his fingertips. He almost had a step. I mean, I think if that ball would have been a little lower, that might have been a catch.
He was on the back end of that end zone, though.
And
it might have been tough to
They're going to try the field goal.
Well, that makes it a 2-score game, Tim.
From the 20.
And it's blocked.
St. Mary's can get it. Did you see who blocked it?
I did not. Oh, there you go.
Vanderrob.
That boy knows how to get through that line.
And that block puts the ball back at the 30-yard line. It doesn't give me an option to who blocked.
Oh, they're going to still have to kick off.
No, they don't.
That's right. It was a field goal.
Yeah.
Not an extra point. Never mind. They didn't score.
St. Mary's did not recover that, so that's okay. 9:50 to go. 9:50 to go, fourth quarter.
See, now that could be constituted as a mistake because they didn't capitalize on getting that ball in when they got it all the way down.
And the defense showed up for the Lumberjacks. Going to get a little reverse action, but Vanderroop's going backwards. That's going to be a big loss.
That looks like about almost 10 yards.
Yeah. That's not the way you want to start that drive.
No, you don't want to do that. And we are not a passing team as it looks right now, Tim. So that's going to have to come with time.
Lumberjacks have some personnel changes. It looked like Gibson went off, as did Vanderroop. Tyler Renner splits out to the top of the formation for the receiver side of the Lumberjacks. Tristan Hill is in there, tied in. Holder under center. Man in motion. They hand it to the motion man. That's Badgett. Badgett reverses field, finds an opening. He's up the middle of the field. He's tripped up at the 45-yard line. What a nice run, though, by Jared Badgett. And the Rams barely trip him up by the shoelaces and keep from getting the touchdown. I'm going to get a timeout, I think, by the Lumberjacks, or a sideline warning on St. Mary's. Trying to see where they mark that ball at. It's at the 40.
I think the 46 or 47.
I thought he was going to be able to skirt past that one last guy.
They called a penalty.
I never seen a flag out there.
And they're not okay. They are moving the whole chains. It is a first down, but they're all the way back now on their own 31-yard line.
Yeah,
that's a very. I did not see what happened.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what happened there. It must have been something after the play.
Don't know.
Yeah, Lumberjacks had a nice big run all the way up to close to the 50. They've still got the first down, but now they've still got more room, more field to cover. One receiver top of the formation. Holder takes the snap. He hands it off, and that's Gibson with only about a yard or two. I call it a 2-yard pickup. Oh.
Hey.
I gave 2, they gave 3. It looks more like 4 out there, honestly, but.
You're just too negative, Tim. They did fine on that one. 3-yard gain.
Second about 7 for the Lumberjacks. Now, up to about the 35-yard line.
Stay in your limits right now because your strength has been running the ball and doing it pretty much up the middle.
I'm going to try a little bubble screen out there, and Renner.
Go, yeah, because that was Renner.
Yeah, they never blew the whistle dead. Was it a backwards pass? Is that what we're calling it? No, yeah, if it's a backwards.
It was a backward pass. He gave the indicator with his arm. It's not like it was a surprise. The Renner doesn't do anything.
No gain.
When that whistle didn't blow, then he realized he needed to do something more.
No gain, no loss. Renner might be able to take advantage of that if he realized what had happened.
Yeah, by then, though, the whole Riverside team was around it.
Well, that's why the coaches always tell them, play to the whistle. Renner goes to the top of the formation, 3rd and long for the Lumberjacks. Holder under center takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Vanderroop. He sheds off 1 tackle. It looks like he might have got a yard, and that's about it. I don't expect Lumberjacks to go for it at this point.
Yeah, but the punting right now with the change with the center has been a little rough, but they're going to punt.
Lumberjacks show punt. Coach Teff probably got his guys over on offense. Hey, guys, play to the whistle. Might have had something out of that.
That was very strange.
Finally, a pretty decent snap.
Well, that one was
nice punt. It's going to take a bounce. Oh, that's a nope. Oh, 70. I don't know who that was for the Lumberjacks, but he should have caught that out of the air. Ethan Kohler jumped on it, and it's going to be at about the 42-yard line. It's still a decent punt.
Bad bounce.
Yeah, bad bounce. And I think that's where Jackson Nantel, maybe he shouldn't have. Maybe the coach wouldn't want him to grab it. But
yeah, but nonetheless.
It's a live ball regardless, so you grab it right there and down it at the 40. You gain a few yards out of it. Looks like they've actually placed it at the 44.
They're going to need to stop him here. 6 minutes left.
6 minutes left, a good stop or a turnover. 2 receivers out for the Rams, one to each side of the formation.
And that'll be encroachment on green on St.
Oh. St. Mary's hasn't. St. Mary's had what? Only 2 penalties, maybe in the second half.
That I'm aware of.
That definitely is not a good one to get right there. You give them a free 5 yards, but so 1st and 5 for the Rams, up to the Rams 49-yard line. 1 to the near side, 1 to the top of the formation in the wide receiver department. 2 running backs in the backfield, low snap, and Gaffney's going to have to eat that one in the backfield as Vander Rob and Wicks, I believe, are back there.
Well, they pretty much got the 5 yards back. 3. More like 4 there. 2nd and 9 here with 5:45 going.
Pretty sure that was Wicks on the back there with Vander Rob to touch him down. One receiver. No, it looks like no receivers out this time, really. One kind of close into the formation. Gaffney going to throw. He's going to be rushed. No, he's taken down. Tristan Hill with the sack for the Lumberjacks. And a big loss there. Back about, where are they marking that? All the way to the 37-yard line.
That's a big loss, all right.
3rd and 18. So the Lumberjack defense has come alive in the second half. They're playing very well.
They played very well in the second half.
Well, they played good in the first half also.
Oh, nothing wrong at all. No, it's just
3 wide receivers set this time for the Rams. A snap, a good snap. Gaffney looking. He's going to throw it to the guy in the flat. That's Linz, who's got some wheels. And he's going to be, well, I thought it was going to be Wicks with the tackle, but it's Badgett that gets him out of bounds. Gets a decent gain up to the 49.
Yeah, that's 4th down, and they look like they're going into punt formation.
Wicks.
You know, 13-6. You don't want to. You can't afford to give good field of your position to anybody.
4th and 6. Rams showing punt. Looks like Badgett at his own 20. Gaffney waits for the ball at his 36. Snap. Going to be a low punt. Going to the sideline. Badgett scoops it. Looks for some room. Only picks up a couple. Oh, yeah, that was back to the 20. Never mind. So Lumberjacks take over. Still plenty of time to do something with it. They've got 4:13 to go, but it might be their last opportunity here if they don't get it down the field quick enough. And like I said, the passing game has not been the crispest for the Lumberjacks, but they may be getting into a position where they're going to have to try to throw it a little bit more.
They still have time to be running with the ball, so it's not anything to worry about yet. You've got your 3 timeouts to go with as well.
And they're going to hand it off up the middle.
Got about 3 out of that.
Didn't see who the runner was this time.
Gibson on the carry.
It was Gibson. Yeah, long, good 3-yard gain for Gibson. Lumberjacks might speed up their huddle a little bit. And like I said, still got 4 minutes and 3 timeouts. 1 receiver to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom this time. Looks like we've got Trace Wicks. Maybe he's more of a wingback position there. 2 running backs in the backfield. Hand it off. Little cross-buck action. Who is that? He's bouncing off tacklers. And a nice run by Ethan Kohler.
He's had a nice couple runs lately in this half.
Up to the 40-yard line. That's a 13-yard pickup as he bounced off of tacklers. Lumberjacks need that touchdown and the 2-point conversion to
win.
One receiver, top of the formation. Holder under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off. Oh, and hammered in the backfield is Kohler.
Right there.
Wyatt Hotz through the middle. And about a three-yard loss on that one. They've had, I think, 2 or 3 plays where the Rams have blown it up in the backfield.
Let's give them their credit, too. Their defenses look very strong as well.
Milo Marsh, top of the formation, as a wide receiver for the Lumberjacks. Holder goes under center, 2nd and 13. 14, going to be a handoff. It's Gibson. Gibson might have got the loss. No, maybe a little bit more than that. He got up beyond the original line of scrimmage. I was looking at the pile, and I shouldn't have been because he was a little bit beyond that pile. I'll give him a 6-yard gain.
At this point, Tim, this is going to be 2-down territory. They're not punting. They're not going to punt with 2.5.
3rd and about 7 yards for the Lumberjacks.
We're not even going to worry about it. They're going to get their first down right here.
Yep. 2:16 and counting. Lumberjacks still on the negative side of the field. They're on their own 44. Still Milo Marsh, top of the formation. Holder under center. Snap, hand it off again. This time, take Ethan Kohler with a short gain.
They're short now by about 3 yards. They're going to St. Mary's timeout.
And I'll give it as a 3-yard gain. Timeout St. Mary's with 4th down and 1:50 to go. So Lumberjacks definitely need, obviously, a first down here, Clark.
But the problem is we really can't count on that passing offense yet. And it's not being critical. It's just, it's early in the season, and they're just not ready yet.
Yeah.
And again, I gave Holder a lot of credit for how he played the first half, and he's doing just fine so far in the second half.
Oh, yeah. There's been no big mistakes, really. I mean, the worst thing that happened, like I said, in the first half was those 3 PIs and that 1 fumble.
And what we're seeing in this second half is solid defense by both teams here. They're very stingy. They're not giving you more than 5, maybe 10 yards on the shot once in a while.
No, nobody's busted any big long runs. Nobody's caught any big long passes. And Gaffney's not a bad. He's got a pretty good arm on him.
He's accurate. I think he's just a little bit more familiar with the position.
Marsh to the near side now for the wide receiver. Man in motion. Holder with the screen. He's got Tristan Hill, and Hill's got the first down. Onto the Riverside side of the field.
Of course, the clock stops for the first down as they move the chains. 1:43. Clock is moving again.
47-yard line, roughly, for the Lumberjacks. Yeah, they've got to kind of hurry their offense up now.
A little bit, yes.
One receiver, top of the formation. The snap. Holder hands it off again. Met in the hole, not really getting any push, was Kohler.
It's really about time we got to start thinking about moving the ball.
Yeah.
Taking a few chances in the air. Give him about a yard on that one is what they're giving it.
Lumberjacks' second timeout. 1:25 to go.
You got to hold on to that third timeout so you absolutely need to call it.
Yeah, if you're going to pass it right now, you've got to try to pass it to the sidelines and try to get out of bounds or something.
Definitely. But again, first down stops the clock for a moment.
Yeah.
For you.
I think sometimes Teft will have, when they do that, have 2 plays in as well, so they don't.
More than likely, yes, but they're going to probably be run plays. Mostly that's what they're set for right now. And again, this is not a criticism. It's just what their strength is.
Their strength is, yeah. 13-6. What a ball game this has been. 1:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Lumberjacks with the ball just on the Rams side of the field.
It's very nice to see a good competitive game, especially game one. You just never know what you're going to get.
And against what I'm pretty sure is probably a pretty tough Riverside team. I mean, like I said, neither of these teams have played this year, so you don't know how good either one of them is or how good they can be.
Well,
Marsh still in at receiver. I don't know if something happened to Renner, but Marsh up at the top of the formation. Holder going to look to throw. Looking to Marsh. Oh, just through his fingertips there.
I think he threw it a little bit high on that one.
Definitely catchable, but yeah, a little bit on the high side there. That brings up 3rd and 9 for the Lumberjacks.
Stops the clock.
True. 2 down territory. Couple of pass plays, I'm assuming, here for the Lumberjacks. This time they've got 2 receivers and a tight end. Holder under center. The snap, looking to pass. Kind of rolls the near side. Now he's looking. Oh, he's chased. He's going to just flip it to Hill. And Hill trying not to. Oh, he's trying to lateral it.
It was
forward. I'll give him an A for effort on that one. There's a penalty in there. Definitely give him an A for effort, trying to get that ball out to another player.
They got a long ways to go on a 4th down, I think it is. Yeah, 4th down. Because it's a loss of down play.
They didn't really.
Well, this is your test right here.
So they're back on the 40.
And he fumbled the ball. They dropped the ball. And that's going to do it.
So we had a fumbled snap?
Yeah, and it was 4th down anyway, so loss of down.
That should have been. Well, now I got to do that bad snap twice because I'll delete that one. Well, I'll delete these.
So anyway,
this
is basically victory formation here for Riverside. They're going to just take a knee, which they do. And so the clock is still running. And it is now 2nd down. This will be maybe the last time they have to drop a knee.
Couple of kneels. Oops. Couple of kneel downs, and that will finish this game up. We will take a quick break, run through the rest of our sponsors since today was a late start, and we'll come back with a recap.
Fall is just around the corner, and it's time to think about getting ready for winter. 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's is just what you need for all your winter prep. Paint your house, patch the roof, or build a storage for all your firewood. Maybe you just need to fix that leaky faucet. 10th Street Lumber has the supplies you need for all your do-it-yourself projects. Stop by 10th Street Lumber today and save on all your home improvement needs. 10th Street Lumber, 1000 Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feed and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Well, we are back. Here's the Lumberjacks fall to the Rams by a score of 13-6 in the home opener, but a heck of a battle. Clark, give us kind of your thoughts.
Well,
a little recap on that before we get into the numbers.
Again, it just came down to who executed a little bit better throughout the night. And I thought in the second half, St. Mary's played better. I feel like they got, and I'm sure the stats will show it, they probably had a little bit more yards than Riverside did. Defense was stout. They're going to need to work on the passing game. And again, I'm pulling for Dylan because I love that boy. He's a great kid. And I want to see success for him as he plays quarterback position this year.
All right, taking a look at those numbers, like you said, you felt St. Mary's probably had a few more yards at the end of this game, and it's 158 total yards for the Lumberjacks with 117 total yards for Riverside. St. Mary's also ended up with about 11 more plays ran, 56 plays for the Lumberjacks, 45 plays for Riverside. The yards per play, both teams, both coaches probably going to want to see that number quite a bit higher, though. 2.6 yards per carry or per play roughly for both teams, honestly. 51 passing yards for Riverside, 41 for the Lumberjacks. 6 yards per pass for St. Mary's, 10 yards per pass for the Rams, so that's a good number to have. Rushing yards, St. Mary's with 117 total yards, 66 yards for the Rams. St. Mary's, though, under 3 yards per carry. The Rams just under 2. Penalty yards, roughly 7 for 70 yards for the Lumberjacks, 6 penalties for 45 yards. 1 turnover for the Lumberjacks. That was that fumble deep in their own territory. Each team ended with 12 first downs, Clark. Both teams finished 2 of 12 in third down conversions. St. Mary's 3 of 6 on fourth downs, and Riverside 2 of 5 on fourth downs.
The other thing I might want to say about this, if you were to count negative plays in the game, probably a little bit more on St. Mary's, which ended some of these drives for them. And let's give Riverside credit because they break through the line to make some of those negative plays happen. And so just at the inopportune times, those would show up, or the Riverside would break through and do what they did.
Trey Gibson finishes the night for the Lumberjacks with 47 yards rushing on 14 attempts. Ethan Kohler had 30 yards with 11 attempts. Jared Badgett with 26 yards on 3 attempts. Logan Darnold, 2 carries, 10 yards. Dylan Holder had 8 yards on 4 carries and the lone touchdown for the Lumberjacks. Vander Rob had a rough night, 5 carries for -2. Alex Lamson had that punt that he had to try to run for and lost a couple of yards on that one. Receiving yardage, Jared Badgett, 3 catches, 32 yards. Trey Gibson, 1 for 11. Tristan Hill had 2 catches, ended up with negative yards, though, -2 yards because of that one that he caught behind the line of scrimmage, and they tried to make something happen out of. Tyler Renner had 1 reception for no yards. For the Rams, rushing, Tyler Lenz, 9 carries, 38 yards. Gavin Jager, 5 carries, 25 yards. And the quarterback, Gaffney, had 14 carries for 19 yards. Receiving, Colden Ackerman, 2 catches, 18 yards. Cooper Eagle, 1 for 13. Tyler Lenz, 1 for 12. And on the tackle side, Ethan Kohler finishes with 5.5 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Trace Wicks with 5 tackles and a sack. Jared Badgett with 4.5 tackles. Damien Vanderbopp, 3.5. Tristan Hill with 2.5 tackles. And Tristan Hill also got credit for a sack. Lamson had 2 tackles, 1 for loss. Gibson had 1.5 tackles. Brock Anderson, 1.5. Roan Ford with 1. Darnold with 1. Tyler Renner with 1. And that's going to about wrap it up for us. So next week, the Lumberjacks will be on the road, a short drive over to Freeman to take on the Scotties. They did play St. Mary's last year, and the Scotties won that game here in St. Mary's. I don't remember what the final was. Soccer team on the road next week. They'll be at Priest River on Wednesday. We should have Vandal football tomorrow night. And Paul Bunyan Days all weekend long, the unofficial end of summer and the start of school and all what goes with it. So enjoy your weekend, everybody. Be safe out there. For Clark Grogan, I'm Tim Parrish, and also for Coffee Radio. Once again, have a terrific weekend, and we'll see you next Friday for some more Lumberjack action from Freeman, Washington.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjacks!